Greetings, sports fans. I'm Marvin James, and this is the Fort Valley State University Coaches Show featuring head coach Don Pittman. And if you see our two faces, you know what the time it is. It's time to talk football, and we're excited about the 2015 season that is on the horizon. But first, we're going to take a look back. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Marvin?
I'm excited. Anytime it's football season, and we can talk about what's going on the gridiron, everything is good, right?
Yeah, I'm glad it's here. You know, we put all the paperwork behind us, and we on the field practicing every day, looking forward to the opening game.
Now let's talk about one thing difference between this year and last year. Last year I think we got a little later start than we anticipated. This year everything is gone according to plan, correct?
It feels very good to get some practices in. You know, it seems strange, matter of fact, but we got the opportunity to practice and prepare for the upcoming game. Very delightful, and all the kids are very motivated.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the scrimmages that has been going on as you start to solidify some of those starting rosters.
Well, we had a couple of scrimmages, and we didn't have any major injury, just a couple bumps and bruises, but I think everybody's going to be full speed. We did solidify the running back position. Of course, Travis Richmond and Jermaine Tate, who was here 2 years ago, they'll be back in those positions. Okay. McAmeedy will be the starting quarterback. And Draylon Freeman is the wide receiver. And we think that those are the biggest changes. Everything else is about the same. On the defensive side, Steve Wright is a pleasant surprise. And we have all the other guys that's here. Sam Good, he was here last year. Mm-hmm. He'll get a chance to play this year, so we're looking forward to having those guys on the field.
And just one of those players you talked about, Travis Richmond, former Peach County high school player who was the freshman of the year in the conference a couple of years ago, has got to be glad to have that speed back on the field.
Yeah, he's good, and he's excited to be back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a very good player, and he's a weapon that we can utilize either as a passer or a runner that's getting him out in space.
Okay. Before we break down the stats last year in the conference, let's talk about just the schedule in general. After the opening game with Delta State, you know, there was couple things that we had to get over the hump a little bit with that game, and then starting with the Savannah State game after that, we started to find more of a rhythm, wouldn't you say?
Yes. After about the third game, because we didn't have preseason, it took us about 3 games to get ready. Mm-hmm. After that, we found out exactly what the strength was of our athletes, and we started to put them in place to utilize those strengths.
Okay. All right, let's talk about some of those stats. Right here, we rank 4th in scoring, 7th with defense, but right here against the rush with defense, I think we yielded 121 yards a game, and that's always good when you have a defense that's going to be strong and not give up a whole lot.
Yeah, against the run, yeah. Defensively, usually we're number 1 in the conference in rush and pass defense. Mm-hmm. We hope to get back there again. But it's always good to be able to stop the run, and I think we was very good against the pass also. Now, offensively, we're going to have to improve our numbers.
Okay.
Been a long time since we've been number 1 in the conference, either rushing or passing, and this year should be the answer. We was hoping to have a great offensive line. I think we're going to have a decent offensive line.
Okay.
We have some new faces there, and we're working them together, and they start to blend together, and I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, we'll talk with Coach DeGrade a little later on in the show about the O-line. Also with defense, it looks like we had 18 interceptions. We led the conference in first place with that and lost 2 touchdown returns. So turnovers are always big.
Always big, and the thing about it, we went away from playing so much man defense, and we started utilizing the zone, either cover 2 or cover 3 or 4, and we just let people just play into our hands. We try not to pressure them as much. We just lay back in the zone and let them make the mistake.
Okay. One of the things on the defense that is not a couple of players that were not returning on the defense is that strong linebacking core that we had that was just, you know, used to be lights out and led the Blue Death defense. Let's talk about a lot of those guys used to play sideline to sideline. They're not going to be there this year.
Well, you know, LaRon Furr, he was the type of guy that you go, golly, I'd be glad when this guy leaves. You know, and he called me the other day, and I said, I miss you, baby. You know, he's missed sorely, you know. It's hard to find a player like that, and you really don't appreciate him until he's gone. You just don't find a guy who can dominate a game like he does. And he was doing it the whole year. and we're still looking for that guy again, and we're not going to find him. I think we're going to have 5 or 6 guys who going to play decent, you know. But and up front, you know, we had Bernard Little, who could play. You know, both of those guys were pro prospects, even though they're not in the NFL right now. They were still prospects, and it's good to have guys like that on your team. But I think the defensive front going to be better than it was last year, so far as depth and talent. You know, it won't be a drop off. We're going to easily be too deep, and we're going to be able to rotate those people in and out.
Not to leave out the secondary, we had Michael Lee as well, so you had somebody at each level that was actually bringing the noise there for you.
Yeah, and Mike Lee also.
That's right.
Mike Lee was a good player and a prospect. I don't know what his status is right now, but Mike Lee was a very good player, and we're going to miss him.
Yeah, at one point he was trying to make a roster spot with the Atlanta Falcons. Offensively, we are returning. You mentioned earlier, but Draylon Freeman, let's talk about him. He really put up some break numbers last year and had a breakout season for a freshman.
Draylon is one of those guys who a very hard worker. He's a very talented receiver, and he have to say his standards just a little bit higher because he always finding people to compete against. Now we have a guy that's transferred in here, Javon Bell from Texas Tech. He was a junior college All-American, and he was a starter at Texas Tech. And very great players. His president is fed already, and you can see Draylon looking at him and going with him. He not only do he want to not line up beside him, he want to be outshadow him, and that's what he work on every day.
Yeah, and that's great to have got competition, especially for such a younger, dynamic player like Draylon. Okay, now the predictions about 2015 season, we know what predictions mean. Don't really mean anything till you start actually playing the game, but they have Fort Valley State picked to finish second in the Eastern Division. How do you feel about that?
I wish preseason was always exact. You know? A second place finish wouldn't be that bad. At least if you was a second, you said, all we got to do is win 1 or 2 more games and we'll be number 1. But I think that the future is bright for Fort Valley State, because if you look at Jalen White and Draylon Freeman, I was looking at those guys. Our depth at juniors and sophomores are deep, and those guys are very talented, you know. So this is their second year, and I think they're going to make their point of being very productive in this conference. And I feel very good about the team. I feel good about Malcolm Eady leading the team, not turning the ball over. With Warren Cerner, we're going to win the field position, and with the defense, you know, we should win the field position and score some points. We should score 2 or 3 touchdowns a game, and then we should have a victory, because I already told the defense that the opponent cannot cross the 50.
All right. And that's one thing I wanted to leave off with Warren Cerner. He's coming back, and he did phenomenal last year, you know, in the kicking game, and I think that's always a plus. Special teams is extremely important.
Very much, and we've been working on those very hard. And Warren just give you that extra bonus, you know. He can place the ball where you want it, outside the hash, and he can also, when you get it within range, within the 40-yard line, and you can count on him being automatic and making the field goal.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. We're going to take a quick little break, and we're going to come back talking about the 2015 season for the Wildcats. Stay with us.
Wildcat football. Are you ready?
Every success story starts with a dream to learn, to challenge your perceptions and push the boundaries of what you can accomplish. Fort Valley State University offers more than 50 academic programs designed to meet your educational ambitions. And we provide the academic and financial support to turn dreams into reality. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
You've defended our country, fought to safeguard our dreams. Now it's time for you to pursue your dreams. Fort Valley State University is a designated military-friendly school providing specialized services for soldier scholars, including a dedicated support staff and fee waivers to qualified applicants. Choose a military-friendly school to turn your dream to reality. Apply to Fort Valley State University today. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
A dream never dies. It lives within you, waiting to be realized. If you've postponed your dream of a college education or want to learn new career skills, Fort Valley State University offers affordable education programs designed for busy adults. Take courses on campus or online with flexible schedules to accommodate your lifestyle. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
Welcome back, sports fans. This is the Fort Valley State Coaches Show featuring head coach Don Pittman. We're talking about the 2015 season for the Wildcats. Exciting time in Fort Valley. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the schedule this year. We got a pretty tough non-conference schedule.
Yeah, really tough. And the thing about it is Delta State get your team started playing against a team that will play at a championship level.
Right.
And we need to be able to play at that speed. So he gets us ready for conference play. Along with Florida Tech, there's some very good teams and get us ready for our conference play.
Okay. Talk about the conference. Obviously, the SIAC is a pretty exciting conference that has a lot of talent. The teams to beat that are in that conference going to be Fort Valley State, obviously, Albany State, the Morehouse and Tuskegees. Talk about just the scheduling, how we have it. I think we start off with Lane College and then go on to Clark and then Benedict. We'll talk about that matchup with Benedict as well. That should be an interesting new rivalry. Let's talk about that first.
Benedict?
Yes, sir.
Benedict will be very interesting. They'll be coming to our home, to our house, and we're going to let our players know they're coming to our house. Mike White is the head coach at Benedict, and he was at Albany State, of course, and we had some knockdown, drag-out fights.
It's the first time he's actually coming to the house in a long time, right? Actually.
Yes. And he 2 games ahead of me, so we owe him. We got to win this one.
Okay.
And he's coming to our house, and that was he was saying. It's been a long time since he's been here because of playing in Columbus.
Right.
So we're going to welcome him to the Valley, and hopefully we can spoil his trip here.
That should be a very exciting matchup.
Oh, yes.
We do have Florida Tech. Florida Tech is not going to be on homecoming. Let me see. Homecoming is going to be Morehouse.
Morehouse, and I'm looking forward to Morehouse. They beat us last year, and they started on our downslide.
Right.
We was feeling good. We was playing great, and Morehouse just happened to beat us that night. And we're looking forward, and I'm glad it is homecoming for Morehouse. It should be a great game. They always have a good team. They're always well coached. So it should be exciting. There's going to be a lot of hitting going on that game.
Yes, sir. And, of course, Tuskegee also gets a chance to come back to the house after we went there last year and lost a close one there.
Well, we're going to play Tuskegee this year.
Okay.
We're going to play Tuskegee in championship game.
Oh, well.
That's my prediction.
Okay, so that'll be later in November.
Yes.
So we can. That's actually a good thing.
Oh yes, very good game.
Okay, good. So let's just talk about a little bit about the preparations right now as you guys are winding down and getting ready for game week. What are some of the last minute touches that y'all are doing for this week?
Well, since we have a Thursday night game, this is like our Thursday today, and so we're getting ready for. All special teams today, our green zone plays and our scripted plays for today. The defense is doing the same thing. And we're just looking forward to that trip and getting on the field, because Delta State going to show us just how good we are. We believe we're good, but they'll show us for sure. That'll be the measuring stick.
Okay. All right. Any last minute touches that you'll be doing with the players as far as getting their minds right and getting their mentality right as they getting ready to transition into the season? We know the first game we're always worried about is obviously with the heat and the conditions like that.
Yeah, we really want to get our guys' mind on the game, with first week of school and still being added and dropped from classes and all those things. We're going to get all that behind us and focus in on football. We had a good preseason where we got a chance to actually to condition in the heat, and I think we are ready for the climate up there in Mississippi, and we'll be able to play all 4 quarters. We think that we're in good enough shape to go 5 quarters, so that's what we're saying. We can play 5 quarters.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Coach. We're going to take a break, come back and talk with Coach DeGreat, the offensive line coach and the assistant head coach. Stay with us.
Every success story starts with a dream to learn, to challenge your perceptions and push the boundaries of what you can accomplish. Fort Valley State University offers more than 50 academic programs designed to meet your educational ambitions. And we provide the academic and financial support to turn dreams into reality. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
You've defended our country, fought to safeguard our dreams. Now it's time for you to pursue your dreams. Fort Valley State University is a designated military-friendly school providing specialized services for soldier scholars, including a dedicated support staff and fee waivers to qualified applicants. Choose a military-friendly school to turn your dream to reality. Apply to Fort Valley State University today. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
A dream never dies. It lives within you, waiting to be realized. If you've postponed your dream of a college education or want to learn new career skills, Fort Valley State University offers affordable education programs designed for busy adults. Take courses on campus or online with flexible schedules to accommodate your lifestyle. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
Wildcat football. Are you ready?
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Marvin James, and this is the Fort Valley State Coaches Show with Coach Don Pittman. Right now, we're talking with Coach Keith DeGreat, assistant head coach and the offensive line coach. We're going to talk about the weapons that are going to be on the field for the 2015 season. Coach, talk to me a little bit about what we can expect coming out that huddle.
Like I said, this year we've really been forcing our guys to be a fast-paced offense. And with the weapons we have, on the outside, which is Draylon Freeman and a new transfer by the name of Javon Bell. Those guys are going to really open up the middle of the field. I'm really surprised with the freshman we had last year. I think he's going to surprise some people, and that was Awaski Menta. And like I say, he has shown himself in practice, and I'm looking for big things from him also in the passing game. And when we open up those passing lanes, then our 2 running backs, or our 3 running backs, Travis Richmond, Jalen White, they're really going to find some holes in that defense.
Now, we got to be excited about last year. We had a two-headed monster at quarterback a little bit with Otis Brown and Malcolm Eady, but Malcolm Eady looks like he's going to get the nod to start for the season. Talk about just having that experience back in the huddle.
You know, having a quarterback that's been in the system for a year now, coming into our second season with a new offense, it's a blessing in disguise because those guys can get us into the right plays. And it's what we call a triple option offense, where they can run it, throw it, or pass it, depending on what they see. And so far, so good. Edie has, caught on to it and trying to direct traffic, but he has some pressure on him with Otis. Otis is a competitor, and that's what you got to have at those positions. Somebody who's willing to compete, that's not happy when they're sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm. They both bring different styles to the game. I think Malcolm's more of a passer a little bit.
He's a passer, and he really doesn't want to run, but if he runs, he will hurt you. Mm-hmm. And Otis wants to run.
Right.
He can hurt you with his feet, and that's what he did last year.
Absolutely.
So Otis has been working on his passing. He is a little bit better than he was last year. And all we ask those guys, hey, we want to be 60% on pass completion. If it's not there, throw it away, and we'll get it the next play.
Okay. Let's talk about a subject near and dear to your heart, the big uglies, the offensive line, where it gets down and dirty. Talk about what can we expect coming out of that unit.
Okay, first and foremost, I lost my right tackle that was there, the mainstay for 3 years. That was Brandon Baker. He left to get another degree after 3 years here at Fort Valley at Georgia Tech with the CDAP program. We push academics all the time, but he's left, so we had to find another tackle. And I got off defense and brought him to offense, and he's gonna be kind of bringing him along as we go.
Okay.
He doesn't really understand the offense, but our leader right now that's on the offensive line right now is going to be Lavelle Hartsfield. He played center last year. He knows what I want, so he's going to do it. And then there again, we have, I'm forgetting their names right offhand, but Michael Brown.
Okay.
And he's back. He's that guy that we like to punch and run behind. And we have Brian Cornish, who's back, who's progressively gotten better. Right. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year, which I'm hoping for, and I know he is also. But those guys, if I can get those guys to talk, they don't like talking. They're quiet guys, and I don't like quiet guys. But Brandon was the leader on that offensive line last year, and he spoke for the whole line. If he seen something, he would let the quarterback know. He would let the rest of the line know. These guys right here, they'll just say, Mom, hey, did you see that after the play?
Right.
I said, I need that before the play.
Absolutely.
I need that before the play. So I'm trying to get him to talk, and I'll be yelling and screaming on the sideline, hey, I need you to talk. I need you to talk. So talk.
Yeah.
So, like I said, getting those guys on the same page, we think we got a real good chance of surprising people in this conference.
That's right, no doubt about it. Being a former offensive lineman is imperative to be able to speak,
yes,
so everybody can know what's going on. And Cornish is a former Demon from Warner Robins, so we expect some good things out of him. All right, we're wrapping up our interview with Coach Keith DeGrape. We're going to talk more about the 2015 season. Stay with us.
You've defended our country, fought to safeguard our dreams. Now it's time for you to pursue your dreams. Fort Valley State University is a designated military-friendly school providing specialized services for soldier scholars, including a dedicated support staff and fee waivers to qualified applicants. Choose a military-friendly school to turn your dream to reality. Apply to Fort Valley State University today. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
A dream never dies. It lives within you, waiting to be realized. If you've postponed your dream of a college education or want to learn new career skills, Fort Valley State University offers affordable education programs designed for busy adults. Take courses on campus or online with flexible schedules to accommodate your lifestyle. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
Wildcat football. Are you ready?
Every success story starts with a dream to learn, to challenge your perceptions and push the boundaries of what you can accomplish. Fort Valley State University offers more than 50 academic programs designed to meet your educational ambitions. And we provide the academic and financial support to turn dreams into reality. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
Welcome back, sports fans. We're going to end the show talking with Coach Don Pittman about this week's matchup, a Thursday night game on the road in Cleveland, Mississippi versus Delta State. Coach, we've got a nice little rivalry there. Is this like the third time we played them, or we'll be playing them in recent years?
Yeah, third time.
Okay.
And the first time we went to Mississippi, we had a victory, and no one expected it.
That's right.
And I think the feeling's about the same as it was 2 years ago. I think we're going to surprise some people. I think we're going to jump on them. If we don't win, it's going to be a hard-fought game.
Okay. Talk about what this sets the precedent for the whole team, the whole season actually, when you play a team that is ranked in the top 25 on the road like this. What kind of character can you find out from your team?
You know, we don't have anything to lose, but I think we're going to have demonstrate the character of a winner. It's going to be fought from the start to the finish. I don't think there'll be any letdowns. I think that the next man standing will be in line ready to go, and it won't be any penalties, excessive penalties, no turnovers, and hopefully we can cause them to turn the ball over. We can't have any big plays on defense, but we want some big plays from our big-time players on offense. Okay. And we definitely don't want any interceptions.
Okay. And lastly, let's talk about the difference between the practice schedule of years past to this year. We went from a morning schedule, early morning schedule, to an afternoon schedule. How has that bode well for you guys?
Well, I think the young men has reacted in a positive way. Before, it was just like pulling teeth. It was a grind. You know, the energy was down. So we decided to make the change, and now energy is there. They enjoying practice, and now they're getting more time to study, and everything seems to be flowing just right.
All right. Well, we wish you luck. That's the end of the first edition of the Coaches Show with head coach Don Pittman. On Thursday night, it's game time under the lights in Cleveland, Mississippi. We're excited.
Yeah, can't wait to get there and play the first game.
Make sure you pull out your blue and gold. And join us next week. Have a great week.
Every success story starts with a dream to learn, to challenge your perceptions and push the boundaries of what you can accomplish. Fort Valley State University offers more than 50 academic programs designed to meet your educational ambitions. And we provide the academic and financial support to turn dreams into reality. Turn dreaming into doing at Fort Valley State University. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
You've defended our country, fought to safeguard our dreams. Now it's time for you to pursue your dreams. Fort Valley State University is a designated military-friendly school providing specialized services for soldier scholars, including a dedicated support staff and fee waivers to qualified applicants. Choose a military-friendly school to turn your dream to reality. Apply to Fort Valley State University today. Learn more at fvsu.edu.
Fort Valley State U.
Wildcat football. Are you ready?